Hello everyone, this is actually Editor Monty. I'm sorry that the audio is going to sound a bit different because I'm on a different mic. I didn't want to put on the mic for this one. I just wanted to say real quick, this video is pretty rambly, and I did say it would be rambly, but it's even more rambly than I expected. I think the devlogs are just going to be like that. So I decided I'm going to also write down a blog post for each devlog, which kind of lays out the main points. So that's in the description if you prefer to read something a bit more concise and to the point. If you want to hear my thoughts a bit more off the cuff, or you just want to listen, this video is for you. Thank you for listening and being here. Same thing with the postscripts, but I'll put an intro in front of those as well. Hello everyone, this is Monty. It's been a long time since I put anything up on this channel. I just recently graduated from university with my bachelor's of science in computer science, and I'm working on a game. This is the devlog for the game I'm working on. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Let's talk about the game, right? So here's the thing. This is not my like dream game. This is not like, oh, I've wanted to make a game. No, I graduated and I was like, we'll get into it, but this is not like some huge thing, right? This game's supposed to take about a month to develop and then another 2 weeks to publish. The goal revenue is $2,000, like, would be great. I suspect closer to 500 to $1,000 is what I'm gonna get, if even that, right? And so, but what even is the game, right? So it's about the 1381 Peasant Revolt in England. And that's kind of all I'm going to say, because these devlogs aren't supposed to be a substitute for playing the game, right? These devlogs are for me to impart what I'm thinking to you, and they're mostly only going to be beneficial to you if you are also a game dev. This is not some entertaining shit. This is like let's talk like some serious shit. You know what I mean? And that's also why this presentation looks like this, because I'm busy making a game. Okay, I'm not trying to do YouTube. I'm trying to. There's going to be an addendum video. Go watch the addendum video for why these devlogs are not like edutainment. You know what I mean? Okay. So, what are the devlogs? They're just me rambling. This is not some calculated like, I'm growing my business. This is not some marketing shit, right? This is me rambling about what I'm working on, and they're going to be long, and they're going to be rambly, and you should just put them on in the background while you write your little C# Unity scripts or whatever the fuck you're working on, and that's what these are, right? And I just want that clear. I thought about sitting down and making sure all my points were super concise and writing down. I'm busy making a game. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to make a good presentation or to make some pretty demos or whatever. This is what we got going, right? This is what I'm going to be going through today, which is like, why am I making this game? Kind of my trouble staying motivated to make this game. What I've gotten done. What I'm planning on making for future Skillshare videos. And then the postscript / addendum is a separate video you should watch. Because it's actually, if you're going to watch one of these videos, close this video and go watch the postscript. Okay, because the postscript's about a specific thing, and it's more interesting, and it's better crafted, and it's just gonna be better. This is me rambling, like I said. Okay. So, I don't love games. I'm not like a huge gamer. I play games. You know what I mean? I play games. I love Disco Elysium. I love, whatever. I liked Pentiment enough. And I play a lot of couch co-op games. I do a lot of community events with couch co-op games. I love Crawl. I love even like Super Kaiju Battle. I love Ultimate Chicken Horse. I love, this is what I'm talking about. This is the scene I'm in. Stick Fight, Spider Hack. I'm in this like a fucking what's it called? Like Pico Park has been one of the most incredible co-op games I've ever got to use, because it's the best game to introduce people who don't know how to play games into gaming with, right? It's not competitive, it's not super masculinized. Great game, right? That's the shit I play, right? I'm not playing like Apex Legends or Fortnite or League of Legends or like CS2 or CSGO or whatever, I'm not even really playing like Zelda. I'm not playing AAA, and I'm not, I play like single player. I played like 2064 recently, and I thought it was really good. Like 2064 read-only memories. I play story games, but I'm not in that AAA multiplayer whatever scene, right? I'm setting the context, right? I don't love games. I do love programming, and I do love writing, and that's why I decided to make a game. Is because I was trying to figure out how to put these things together, right? And I'm a community organizer, right? That's what I do. That's kind of what I see as like my self-actualizing thing, and that's why my game is about movement history. So I don't love games. I love writing. I love programming. I'm a community organizer. So my game is not really supposed to be fun, right? This is not me making a thing where you get to feel super powerful necessarily. This needs to be serious. I think like poetry and essays and shit, they are serious. Those are places you can read and that shit makes you think. I want this shit to make you think. So I need to be taken seriously, but most importantly, I need to take myself seriously, because when I work on this game, I'm having trouble understanding, like, having trouble, like, getting it through my head that this shit can be serious. This shit is not just some goofy, like, la-di-da-di-da thing. That's hard for me, because there's not many games that are that serious. And I do think interactivity brings forward super interesting, novel forms of communicating. And I just realized that you can't really read that. Here you go. Through like writing and game design. And the question is like, how do we like utilize it, right? Psychologically, this is just, I'm gonna touch on this like really quickly. It is hard for me to stay motivated, right? Because everything I see, everyone I talk to is like, I love games. My entire life I wanted to make games. That's not me. Why am I doing this? So these are the questions I ask myself to stay motivated, right? Which is like, why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? Who am I doing this with? Why am I doing this? Because I need money. Because I don't want to work for like some corp. I don't mind working 9 to 5. I just don't want to wear like a button up. I mean, I'm wearing this button up, but this is like effeminate. You know what I mean? I don't want to wear like business casual masculine clothing and go into, some random ass office or get on a Teams call with a bunch of people with no values and no interest in life and who are basically numb to everything around them, right? That's not what I want. And so I'm doing this for me, and I'm also doing this so if I can expand, my revenue, the first thing I'm going to do is like hire my friends, right? I'm doing this for me and I'm doing this for my friends, right? Because I don't want my friends to have to go through that corpo shit either. And then who am I doing this with? You should watch the postscript, because we're going to address what that means more deeply in the postscript. Again, watch that shit. But who am I doing this with? Doing this with other game devs. I want to do this with you. You're watching this fucking video. I want to do this shit with you, right? Like, that's why I'm making this video, okay? I could be working on my game, but I want to make skill shares, and I want to take what I learned, and I want to give it to you, because I need you to talk to me. I want an actual community. Go watch this fucking postscript, because I want an actual community to keep me motivated, because I want to do this with you, right? And I need money. Okay, so that's what's keeping me motivated. That's how I'm motivating myself. I don't know if that helps you. If it does, cool. If not, shit. Okay, finally. We've reached what have I gotten done? This is what we got in terms of like an interactive scene. We got a person walking. Note, these are, 2D sprites in a 3D environment. There are shadows being casted on things. There's shadows being casted in general. There's lighting and shading, and there's animations, right? And also like, I press buttons and it moves and the camera follows or whatever. All the code stuff, just let me be clear, the code stuff is really easy for me, right? Because I have a computer science degree. This entire week was me making walks. Like here, let me show you. Here's a presentation, another presentation of all of my walks. So here are my fucking walks. So I did try to initially do animations in A-Sprite, but then I went into 3D because I thought it'd be easier. I don't have any of those A-Sprite animations. This was the first 3D thing I made. This is the second 3D thing I made. It doesn't loop. This is a more not pixelated one, so you can see the cloth animation. The whole cloth thing, making it loop because it's a physics simulation was impossible. Complete waste of my time. Same thing, but pixelated. Slightly improved. Slightly better loop. And then this was kind of reaching the final stage. And this was the last thing. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to loop more. This was the best one I ended up with, right? So this was the best one in 3D. At this point, I went, well, actually, I've done so many walks. I did only walks for like 4 full-time days. So like for like 24 hours. And I don't really regret it because it's kind of the only animation probably in the game. It's mostly a dialogue-based game. There's a few other like scene-specific animations I think I'd have to do. But I'm gonna have to know how to do a walk. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not upset about it. But this is I went back to A-Sprite. And then I made this little guy. And I do think there's something about this slower, smoother walk that is a bit more serious. And I do want serious, as I've said. But this one, it's just a little bit, there's just something better about it, It's not smooth, but it's good, And then and then we adapted to this character who, as you can see, walking around. That's what I've done, right? I have a character walking on a screen. But successfully got lighting, successfully have things throwing around. I did also figure out how to do, here's a grid map, which is kind of Godot's 3D editor. Dirt texture is one I figured out how to do procedurally. I have a few procedural textures in Blender as well, but they don't export to Godot, so I'm going to have to redo them in Godot. So I got this level editor thing working as well, and as you can see, I have this, really simple tree I drew. So, we're making good progress. And let me come back to my presentation. A lot of fucking walks, some procedural textures, and I have the level making. So that's what I have. And then, again, watch the postscript for why I want to do Skillshares. Let's talk about Skillshares. Procedural textures, #1 priority thing I want to make a video on, because there's a ton of fantastic stuff on procedural textures in Blender that don't super easily transfer to game engines, but they can. Like, it's not that hard. You do have to write shader code instead of using the node editor, at least in Godot. Unity's node editor might be like a lot better, I don't know. But it's totally possible. And the concepts are, like, the node editor, super simple. It's super easy to see how to transfer it to code. So that's my number one priority for a Skillshare is to do a video on procedural animation. Maybe I'll do one on the walks, right? I've made a lot of walks. I've thought about walks a lot. Maybe I'll make a video on walks. Maybe on writing. And probably eventually on community building, for sure. The reason it's the last one here is because I haven't built it yet, right? I kind of want to build that community out. I haven't even started community building. Again, watch the postscript. I'm telling you, it's good. I think it's pretty good. I talk about something serious that needs to be addressed. So to be determined, procedural textures coming out, sometime. I have to figure out exactly. I think I'm dedicating like 1 day a week to making these devlogs and the Skillshares. So we'll see what the timeline is on that. But I do also think I'm not quite ready to make that video. So that's probably going to get delayed till next week. I say it'll probably be out 2 weeks from today. Right, something like that. And that's kind of it. So the postscript is on developer communities. Thank you for watching this video. It's much longer than I expected it to be. So yeah, I will, let's wrap up here, and if you haven't already, go check out the postscript on developer communities and why they're kind of bad, but they could be good, and let's make a good one. All right. Thank you for watching my devlog about Inam's Peasant Revolt #1, and I'll see you soon next week.